Today, opening the mail, including some cool soundtracks from La La Land Records, plus some Wild Hearts CDs straight out of the UK. All that and more coming up on Friday Night Vinyl. Hi guys, my name is Frank. It's Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music. Quick thank you to everyone who has sent me stuff to show on Friday Night Vinyl. It's greatly appreciated, and thanks for entrusting me and sharing your music. Before I get into that, I quickly want to give an update on that DIY guitar kit I was working on earlier this year. As you may recall, in many respects, it was a disaster. It didn't work out the way I intended. The neck of that guitar kit from Solo Music Gear was messed up. So Solo Music finally sent me a replacement neck. This one looks far better than the original. I'll put up a comparison shot on the screen here. I tried putting it together, and unfortunately the pre-drilled holes in the neck don't align with the pre-drilled holes on the guitar. You can see right there, an error of mine was putting it together. It actually missed the hole, because again, they don't align, but it is what it is. I'm putting this away, and I will attempt this project again next winter.
Channel 33 RPM.
The first package comes from a 33er by the name of David Martin in Scotland. Now David, I'll put a picture here of him. David is a huge fan of the Wild Hearts, as well as Wild Hearts band leader Ginger. And it's not a band I was overly familiar with. And David asked if he could send me over a couple CDs, a bit of an introduction to this band, and I was more than happy to check them out. The Wild Hearts were formed in the UK by guitarist and singer David Walls, aka Ginger. It was 1989, and Ginger had just been kicked out of the Choir Boys, or the London Choir Boys as they were known here. Over the years, the Wild Hearts have had several top 20 singles and one top 10 album in Britain, but never really managed to crack the North American market. Ginger has also had a prolific solo career. I pre-opened the package from David, and I've listened to these CDs already. There are two of them. The first one is the Wild Hearts Fishing for Luckies. I'm not sure if you can make it out on the screen there, but it has this lenticular cover with image kind of changes as you move it back and forth. On Fishing for the Luckies, the band combines the swagger of the Stones and the attitude of the Ramones. Great riffs and rockin' tracks with big hooks and choruses. That's my first impression anyway. The production is crisp yet raw. It's an album that deserves to be cranked. The second CD that David sent over was a Ginger solo album called, and I know I'm gonna mess this up, it's Spanish, Valor del Corazon. The album's title means strength of heart, or was supposed to mean strength of heart. Something may have got lost in translation. The music, it's a bit different than that Wild Hearts CD. It's a bit more polished, it's a bit more slick, and a bit more poppy. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I've only listened to the CD once, and sometimes it takes several listens to really get into a disc, and some of those end up being my favorites. However, I was surprised by how different this one was to the other CD, the Wild Hearts CD. Nonetheless, I will give it more listens and see what sticks. David, thank you very much for sending these over. It's much appreciated. This next package comes from La La Records via Neil Bulk. Now, Neil regularly watches this channel and recently sent me this message. He wrote, "Hey Frank, I'm a freelance soundtrack producer and editor. I work with a variety of soundtrack labels. I'd love to send you some promos of vinyl records. May I have your shipping address? Thanks." Again, I love soundtracks, so I jumped at the opportunity. I have a feeling I know what's in here. However, let's open it to find out, because we never want to presume or assume anything. Here's the first one out of the box. It's a John Williams score to the movie Saving Private Ryan. For those of you not familiar, Saving Private Ryan was released in 1998. It's an epic World War II movie starring Tom Hanks, Edward Burns, and Matt Damon. John Williams' score was nominated for an Academy Award and is now available on vinyl for the first time. The double record set is limited to 1,000 copies. See below this video for a link. Now, I'm sure you're all familiar with John Williams, but if you're not, I mean, this guy's done a ton of other film scores, including, you know all these, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Superman, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. The list goes on and on. So here's the record. Let's give it an open. I've misplaced my knife at the worst possible time. So I'm doing this with fingers, nails, and scissors. So this is apparently on black wax, which is my favorite. Gorgeous, gorgeous gatefold. Check this out. Revisiting the Fallen notes. Notes on the picture here. And let's check out the vinyl. Black wax. There you go. And there's the other one. And what else is in this box? All right. We have another John Williams score, this time to E.T., the Extra-Terrestrial. This is a little known fact, but Steven Spielberg's E.T. is one of my favorite all-time movies. I still remember my parents took me and my sister to see it in 1982 at the old Garrick Theater in Winnipeg. Part of what made that movie so good, of course, was John Williams' score. La La Land Records re-released the soundtrack in 2017 in celebration of the movie's 35th anniversary. The vinyl pressing is limited to 1,500 units. Again, links below. I'm really digging this album cover. It's different from what I expected. I'm used to the traditional E.T. cover, but this has Elliot looking up into the sky. So let's give this one an open as well. Here we go. Let's check out the gatefold. Oh, there's something inside the gatefold. What is this? It's a booklet. This is notes on the movie and on the film score. Okay, some famous artwork and stills from the movie, of course. Oh, I just love that trick-or-treating scene. This was so big when I was a kid in that summer, and everyone was just so into it. There we go. Now I've shown them, we have the Blu-ray, and I've shown that to my kids, and they love it now as well. Here's the gatefold. Of course, this is the famous artwork. Got some credits there as well. This is just beautiful, beautiful packaging. Let's check out the vinyl. Just, we've talked about this before, but so many modern pressings are scuffed right out of the sleeve. It's always worth noting when it's not. And again, these pressings, they look gorgeous. Check out the labels. I love those as well. So there is record 1. Here's record 2. Let's pull this one out as well. There's E.T. and the Boys Flying. And on this side, the bad guy is coming. All right, thank you very much, David in Scotland, for sending the Wild Hearts CD as well as the Ginger CD. I will continue listening to those. I really appreciate you introducing me to that band and that artist. Thank you, huge thank you to Neil Bulk for hooking me up with La La Land Records, and of course, thank you La La Land. That's a tongue twister. Thank you La La Land Records for sending me over those 2 fantastic soundtracks. I look forward to giving them a spin. Dear 33ers, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Friday Night Vinyl. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please do consider leaving a quick thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you waiting for? Click that button and you will never miss another episode again. I hope each and every one of you has a fantastic weekend, fantastic Friday. Until next time, dear 33ers, keep on spinning.